The town of Pribram belongs among the well-known royal mining towns in the Czech Republic. The administrative center of 40,000 inhabitants, Pribram is situated at the foot of the Brdy mountain range, 60 kilometers southwest of Prague. The oldest written proof about the existence of the town originates in 1216, when it was bought by the Prague Archbishop Andrzej III. In the 14th century, during the reigning period of the Bohemian King Charles IV, Archbishop Arnost of Pardubice, owner of Pribram, had the old wooden fort replaced by a small stone-built castle, which became the core of Pribram's present chateau. From the second half of the 14th century, the name of Arnost of Pardubice is connected with the legend about the origin of the wooden statuette of Holy Mountain's Virgin Mary and the Holy Mountain Chapel dominating the town. Thanks to the Jesuit order, since 1658, the chapel was gradually rebuilt to a splendid monastery, a jewel of Czech Baroque. Pribram also became famous for its mining and metallurgical past. According to the archaeological discoveries, the ore mining is known to have existed in the 10th century already. The first written account about the local ironworks and mines is from 1311. Apart from the traditional silver mining, iron ore was mined and processed. The importance of the town and the boom of mining were so rapid that the Emperor Rudolf II promoted Pribram in 1579 to a free royal mining town. The mining activities went on successfully even in the first half of the 20th century. After World War II, huge deposits of uranium ore were discovered near the town. In the 50s, Pribram experienced rapid development, which influenced it both positively and negatively for the future. The uranium mines ended their activities in 1991. Holy Mountain, in Czech known as Svatá Hora, has been mentioned at the beginning of our film. For more than 300 years, this site has dominated the town from the height of 590 meters. The cult of the charming statuette of Holy Mountain's Virgin Mary, which is the pride of the basilica, is personally connected with the name of Archbishop Arnost of Pardubice. According to the legend, he engraved it from a pear tree, which turned brown after some time and caused the dark brown color of its face. The history of Saint Hill can be reliably observed from the 16th century. In the 17th century, Saint Hill became the property of the Jesuits, who had it rebuilt from 1658 to 1675, according to the design by Carlo Lorego and Benjamin Schreier, to its present shape. It has become a significant center of Marian cult in Europe. Several artists headed by the world-famous Jan Brokoff and Petr Brandl worked on the decoration of Holy Mountain. The splendid central building of the Assumption of Holy Mountain's Virgin Mary dominates the terrace with a balustrade. The yard, surrounded with 4 chapels and arcades decorated with stucco ornamentations and paintings. Also magnificent is the silver altar which is placed in the basilica. On the northeastern side of the arcades, we can enter Holy Mountain's famous 450-meter-long staircase. Nobody could count how many pilgrims have walked through the 343 stairs. Part of the staircase was damaged by fire in 1978. They were fully renovated in 1993 so that the work of the famous Kilian Ignaz Diessenhofer got back its beautiful look. Not far from this pilgrimage place, there are a few further ones. Among them, let's name the early Baroque Marian column, the cavalry sculpture group dating from 1692, the Marian Well, and the Stations of the Cross. Not far from the T.G. Masaryk Square, there is a little chateau, originally a wood fort, possibly from the 13th century. The reconstruction of the fort to the stone castle, the core of the present chateau, most likely dates back to the mid-14th century, referring to the activities of Arnost of Pardubice. His successor, Jan of Jenstein, had the fort surrounded by a wall and ditch in the 14th century. Neither the wall nor the ditch saved the construction from the damages caused by the Hussites. It became the stock of incursions of dissatisfied burghers aimed against the authority of manorial nobility. The devastation of it was partly caused by the 30 Years' War, and mainly by unsuitable building adaptations. Nowadays, we can only see the Gothic bay window of the chapel. Between 1849 and 1945, the building served as a training school for miners, then a mining academy, and later a college of mining. Nowadays, we can find here the gallery of František Drtakal, the representative of Art Deco style in photography and painting, and the Museum of the Third Resistance Movement, which is run by the Organization of Political Prisoners. The T.G. Masaryk Square is dominated by the Church of St. James. After a lot of reconstruction, it became an integral part of the town center. Its origin is first mentioned in a document which dates back to the 6th of June, 1298. The present look dates back to the year 1869. The younger parish church, which is consecrated to the patron of miners, St. Adalbert, dominates the quarter called Březovy Hory. The frontage of the church is decorated with a relief depicting baby Jesus with a birch branch, the symbol of the Březovy Hory mines, in his hands. The oldest religious object of Březovy Hory was a wooden Prokop's belfry, which originates from the 16th century. The first impulse to build it was done by the mine master Jerzy Tomáš Bush. The construction was finished in 1732 on St. Prokop's Day, and then consecrated to St. Prokop, another patron saint of the miners, in 1733. Later, the building wasn't convenient to the growing number of miners. For that reason, the former belfry was partially pulled down in 1879, and on its site, St. Prokop's Church was raised. The building of the Czechoslovak Hussites of Master Jakobek from Stříbro is the newest church building, which was erected in the Prokop Street of Březovy Hory in 1936, together with its 30-meter-long tower, according to the project of the architect Vakata. The tower, which is nowadays used as an observation tower, is ended with a double-armed cross. The biggest mining museum of the Czech Republic is situated on the site of the Shevchin shaft in Březovy Hory. The original bell from the 1580 Prokop belfry is exhibited here. You shouldn't miss an interesting technical monument, a steam winding machine from 1914 situated in the engine room of the Anna shaft. The engine is protected by the state as a cultural monument, and it worked without any repairs until 1978. Its main use was aimed at the straight transport from the depth of 1,300 meters.